Let them blossom. Toastmaster Ankit Satanekar, over to you.
If I were to ask everyone here, which were your best days in life, I'd hardly go wrong in my guess. William Wordsworth wrote, "The child is the father of the man," which roughly means that the character we form as children stays us into our adult life. I never believed in this until two anecdotes in my life forced me to change my perceptions. It was a warm, sunny day, and I was en route to Pune from Mumbai along the scenic National Highway 4. On the way, I halted at a food stall. While savoring my hot cup of tea, I heard few terrible abuses being hurled at someone. I turned to see the poor lad working at the tea stall at the receiving end. The owner of the stall, a bald, burly man, was apparently unhappy with the boy's pace of work. Those words, however, were obnoxious, demeaning, and horribly hurtful for that young boy. I couldn't stop myself from interfering in that matter and flashed my departmental ID in his face and said, "One more word to that little boy, and you will regret saying anything in your life." I could see a hint of remorse and fear in his eyes. That's the best thing that my ID could do till date. I called up the boy and shared a hot cup of tea with him once again. Sarthak, that 12-year-old boy, had to discontinue his education to support his younger sister's education. His parents, both agricultural laborers, had no job at times due to the complexities of cyclical unemployment and had to take up odd jobs to make their ends meet. Coming from a nearby hamlet, this was the best job he could land in. I had a rather long, meaningful talk with Sarthak, left him a nice tip and probably sweeter memories. I did go out and reach out to his owner and asked him to support Sarthak financially and be a little more polite towards him. Few months down the line, yet again, along that scenic National Highway 4, I was en route, this time to a different city, 850 kilometers away to Bengaluru, where I had gone to visit my cousin. She and her husband had had a fruitful career in IT and were looking for greener pastures in the world of startups. I believe a typical day in a Bangalorean lifestyle. But I was more excited in meeting my nephew, whom I had last seen when he was a toddler. However, my excitement fizzled out soon. He was 13, yet he wore thicker glasses than mine. And looking at his body, I felt that I have a better physique. I learned more about his lifestyle in detail. It happened that he used to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, studied an hour before going to school, returned home at 4 p.m., and rushed to his IIT coaching. After dinner, he still studied for about an hour and then only got a mere 30 minutes me time, which he chose to spend with his PlayStation. I raised my concern with his parents, to which my brother-in-law equipped, "Come on, Ankit, it is not so easy to land up a good public sector job like you in days. He has to face cutthroat competition. And anyways, I want him to work and earn in United States. Don't you wish the same?" To which I replied, even I want him to work in the United States, but with a healthier mind and body. There was a long, eerie silence after this. But I am assured that my sister's marital life is still peaceful because till last night they haven't filed for divorce. And by the way, coincidentally, even my nephew's name is Sarthak. Two Sarthaks, 850 kilometers away, yet a similar struggle for childhood. Sarthak figuratively means meaningful, yet we are sorely unable to find meaning in their lives. Dear Toastmaster of the day, why does the kaleidoscope of their lives always show dark images? Is this the new Indian reality of our kids in villages, cities, and metropolitans alike? I believe that the best impact of a country's independence is measured by how its children live. A child is inherently curious about the world, its relationships, and understanding of how things work. As adults, our blinkered and conditioned self prevents us from truly exploring without prejudice. Gandhiji had once said, the greatest lessons in life are learned from children, not from learned men. Our system took 34 long years to realize that something is inherently wrong with the way our kids are learning. And that's how the National Education Policy 2020 was formed. But 2 years down the line, it is still hopping over hurdles. What can we do from our end starting today? Let us resolve to give our children the freedom of childhood. Let us change our schools from being textbook prisons to laboratories of exploration. India will be radiant when our children will see colors being added to their kaleidoscopes. Only then we can say in true sense, we will let them blossom. Thank you. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.